Hey guys, so in this video, I want to do an outdoor video talking about the stocks that I like in the Philippines right now for the remainder of the year. So if you want to know what are those stocks you want to invest and double down in the Philippine stock market, then you have to check this video out. Hey guys, so it's October 2021 and what's so amazing about that is we're just about to end the year. And before we end the year, I want to share bits and pieces of the stocks that I have considered, I have studied, and I have also deployed capital into for 2021. So I hope that this becomes a template for you, a rationale to figure out how I actually do it, what's my logic behind it, how do I select the stocks. So at the end of the day, the whole goal of this video is for you to get the ideology and the logic on how you could actually do it yourself. So I know I've been talking a lot about cryptocurrencies lately, but I'm still at the end of the day a stock market guy. I love the stock market. I believe that for people who want exposure to the biggest companies, not just in the Philippines and in the world, the stock market is still one of the best ways for you to be able to actually do that and have exposure to it. And for those who have not been seeing my videos about that, I've been talking about that. Hey, if you don't want to operate your own business, you don't want to do all of the nitty-gritty, the hustle and bustle, all of the marketing, the customer service, the operational part of it, one of the best ways for you to ride this economy is by investing in the stock market. Now, given that we've seen so many things happen and change in the Philippine economy over the past few months, over the past 18 months, over the past 19 months, even my strategy in terms of what companies and sectors I like have changed also primarily because we are still sitting in the new normal.
Hey guys, so before I continue with this video, I'd like to share the camera that I use to start filming. I use the Canon M50 Mark II. As you all know, over the past few months, I've been staying at home, and what's nice about this video is I got to finally do it outside. I got to vlog like what I did in the past prior to this lockdown, and it's been a fun feeling. So for those who want to document or share their ideas via video, the Canon M50 Mark II is a very solid camera. I've been using Canon ever since I started posting videos in YouTube. So back to the video.
I don't think this will change for quite some time. And people have been saying that we will go back to the normal of 2019. I don't think we're going back to that normal anymore. Guess what? We've been in this lockdown for more than 19 months already. There will be some things that will be part of our lives. There will be certain things that you didn't do before the lockdown, but because you've been accustomed to it in the midst of the lockdown, it will be so normal to you and you will find out that it's so efficient for you as well. So why am I saying this? There are some businesses, there are some industries, there are some sectors that prior to the pandemic, I really wasn't into it as much, but because of the pandemic, because of what's going on, I've been deploying a lot of time and attention to it as well. So the whole context of this video is just for Philippine stocks as well. And what I did so that you can use this also as a template is I tried to divide those stocks into 4 categories. Dividend stocks, I've been a fan. I've been an advocate of dividend stocks because at the end of the day, they're passive income for a very long time. Of course, it doesn't mean that you don't have any risk when you come into it. It doesn't mean that you don't have a chance to also lose money. It doesn't mean that it won't give you any volatility. But as long as you know the company that you're getting into has the ability to pay you that dividends, then you have a source of cash flow, then you have a source of passive income for a very long period of time. And I created so many videos about that. Check it out in the description below. But let me give you a glimpse about it right here. Under the dividend category, I can still subdivide this into 3. The first category are stocks that I know in this pandemic have done well, but not just that, they have been very consistent in the dividends that they have been providing. They may be also connected to things that people may deem as a necessity right now. What are those stocks? What I love for dividend stocks right here in this new normal, Globe, PLDT, which have given very consistent dividends throughout the years. But not just that, Meralco, and my favorite also SPC, which what's so interesting about this is nagkataon that Globe, PLDT, Meralco, SPC over the past few months after the drop of March 2020 have gone massively up. So please remember, the narrative when you are buying common stocks that have volatility in it is that, okay, you're in it for the dividends, but if it goes up in price, whatever the movement, that's already a bonus for you. Again, the whole mentality for dividend investing is that you buy it like a condo, that you're having it rented out, that as long as may tenant, you get rental income from it, but you also have capital appreciation while you're waiting for it to actually go up as well. So that's under that category. I'll also add this to the mix, GMA7. And what's so interesting though about GMA7 is this. If you noticed it from last year, their number one competitor is not anymore in play. What does that mean? A lot of those large ad revenue went to them. And because of that large ad revenue going to them, please remember, historically, GMA7 was already a high-paying dividend stock. Getting more revenue gives them the ability to actually earn more. And please think about it this way. Next year will even be an election year. There will be more ad spending. And being the largest channel right now on free TV, GMA7 will reap the benefits of it massively. So that's one part of what people could look at. The ones that you know are earning well in this pandemic, but above and beyond them earning well, they have shown the ability to give you high dividends repeatedly for a long period of time. Second is, and I've created so many videos about this also, REITs. REITs are amazing. REITs give you the ability to have high dividends, higher than bonds, higher than most other common stocks, but it's predictable, especially A-REIT, M-REIT, RCR. What's nice about them is that it's not just that their dividend yields are higher, the properties that they have are quality. The properties on where they are at are not just premium, but they are highly connected to the BPO industry with leases locked for over 5 years and occupancy rate above the 90+% level. And please do note this, that high occupancy rate, good tenants, and then locked in for a stretch period of time can give you predictability. If you're enjoying the dividend yields that A-REIT, M-REIT, RCR is actually giving you, guess what? As long as the tenants are there, as long as they're locked in for a long period of time, that gives you the ability also to maintain a high dividend yield as well. Third, under the dividend category, we're under dividends pa lang, no? And this is so exciting because I think I'm sharing a lot right here just in this video alone, because I really haven't talked out as much. I really haven't had the chance to walk out and do a walking video for you guys as well. So this is something that's historic. This is something that's exciting also for me. But the third one, and this may seem boring, preferred shares. Jollibee just released preferred shares, which is around 3+4+%. I know it's not as attractive as what could possibly get for Globe, for SPC, for PLDT, or versus all of the other REITs that are available out there. But this is a good proxy for bonds. So I personally like it because instead of me just buying bonds, this is something that works well for me. And I know that this may not fit a lot of people who are accustomed to higher rates of return, but for those who are conservative, for those that are okay already beating out what inflation will possibly be, for those who want 10% withholding tax, this is a very, very, very good option. So you might be asking, okay, Marvin, you like REITs, you like common stocks, which give a high dividend. Why are you into it? As you all know, I love passive income. So I have bonds also that when they start earning, I don't touch them, I don't spend them, but what I do is I put them in a basket to buy other bonds as well. However, over the past few months, I've mentioned that I have not been buying bonds as much anymore because of the rates of return are very low. So that's just my narrative. Instead of putting it in bonds, I'm putting it in preferred shares. That's why preferred shares make sense to me. So that's the first category, dividends. The second one is something that's highly close and highly interconnected to what I've mentioned about Globe, about PLDT. There are certain stocks right now, there are certain companies right now that are highly effective in this new normal. There are certain companies that are highly relevant. We may not be traveling, which has impacted the airline industry, which has also impacted some gasoline related companies. But the companies in this category, the new normal stay at home kind of stocks, I think are very, very relevant. And when I try to audit what I've done also for the year, the stocks in this category have done very, very well. What are those stocks? Converge. As you all know, majority of us were still cooped up at home. This is one of the first videos that I've created outside the house in a very, very long time. But since we're cooped up at home, the use of the internet has been exploding, has been massively up, and people have been craving for large speeds. And here's the thing, even before the pandemic, the demand for internet, the demand for fast internet, the demand for broadband has been very, very massive. And that's right smack in the middle of where Converge is at. And that's right smack in the middle of what they're trying to actually solve. And here's the thing, I had an interview with their CFO, their COO over the past few months, and if you remember it, the company is very, very good. But above and beyond that, if you try to analyze it further, look at their stock price, it has gone massively up from its IPO. But guess what? I don't think they're done. There's still a large chunk of the population that still does not have any broadband access yet. And the more you see people transact online, the more you see people order stuff online, the more you see people pay online, the more you see Axie Infinity become so relevant. Guess what? That all needs internet. Not just internet, that needs fast internet. So Converge. 2 and 3 highly connected to each other. Pure Gold and Century Pacific. Pure Gold because groceries, what they're selling inside are essential items. And CNPF because of what they're selling, the goods that they have from tuna to sardines to corned beef are all very, very essential. And if you've noticed it as well, similar to Converge, CNPF has done massively well as well. Pure Gold also from its lows has bounced back up and has pushed up at least from where it was at its lowest point in the year. These are stocks that are highly relevant to where we are right now in the midst of this lockdown, in the midst of this new pandemic. So here's the thing, I don't think even after this pandemic, things are gonna change, meaning people won't stop using their broadband internet because they've been accustomed to fast speeds already. It's easy for us na magtiyaga pag mabagal yung speed, pero once we've started to have faster speeds already, we can't go lower. The same way also for Pure Gold, the same way also for CNPF, they are highly relevant stocks right here, right now. You could also add to the mix highly connected to CNPF, One Denizen, and Universal Robina Corporation. The third category is this. It's highly connected to where I believe the world is going. I believe renewable energy is everything. I believe because of this new normal, e-commerce is everything. That's why I'm adding AC Energy and ALLHC also as part of the list as well. Putting them side by side with the second category, they've done quite well also for the year. They've been awesome. So what's so interesting about that is if you are the type of person who wants to bank on the future, then it will be very, very important. It will be very, very relevant for you guys to actually look at which are the companies that are highly connected, highly part of what's happening in the future. And I really believe that AC Energy, ALLHC are pretty much part of it as well. The fourth category are companies that I know are very big, but bits and pieces of them have been hit in this pandemic. But I know because they're so good, they're too big to fail, that when this is all over, things will come back for them in a way that their business model may not be 100% the same as 2019, but the way they've pivoted, the way they've shifted, and the way that they're just so good from an entrepreneurial standpoint will reap benefits for them when we come out of the gates running. Because please do remember this, that this recession will end. Like any other financial trouble, it will also come to an end. And when it comes to an end, the next phase is when you will see larger movements upward. These are the large companies that I really, really love. From Ayala Corp, GT Capital, BDO, Jollibee. So they may not really do so well as compared to the other companies that I've mentioned earlier, because Globe has been massive, ASEN has been massive, Converge has been massive, A-REIT has been massive as well. However, over a long period of time, because they're so big, they're so good, I really believe that this is an opportunity for a lot of people to position them while there's a lot of fear, while it's actually lower, but we need to have a longer waiting time as well. So those are the 4 categories of stocks in the Philippines that I like. Dividend stocks, number 2, the stocks that are highly connected to this new normal, relevant to this new normal. Number 3, stocks that are highly connected to the future. And number 4, the big companies, the ones that are too big to fail as well. So please do remember, no matter how much I talk about it though, please do your own due diligence. Please study. Don't just buy them because I talk about it here. Please take the time to learn more about it as well. And if you like this format, again, me talking, walking, and discussing things outside, which is kind of hard. I really don't talk with my mask on. I haven't done it for quite some time, but do let me know, put it in the comment section. And if you guys have any other questions on certain stocks, feel free to let me know. Put them down below and I'll try to answer them in the next video as well. And of course, the whole goal of this is just to add so much value to all of you, because that's all I want. I want to see a generation of Filipinos do well. I want to see more and more Filipinos be financially free, because the name of the game is not just for us to just sit right here in this pandemic and just be spectators. because I really believe that there's so much opportunity around. And I really believe that there's so much opportunity around. Let's not waste it. Do what you can to save. Do what you can to invest. And I really believe that the stock market still is one of the best places for you to let your money grow for the long term. And I do hope the categories that I've said is something that's helping you. So this is Marvin Germo. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all.